In last season, the Wolves had the hardest strength of schedule in the entire league. It might have worked out for them in the end, as come lottery time, those extra losses do tend to help.
Here's Muhammad. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
That's his first personal foul.
Well, Greg, it would work out for Minnesota with all those losses. They got the lucky bounce, Clark, and the #1 pick in the draft.
And, you know, it's the first time in a long time that the worst team in the league actually got the top pick in the draft. Allowed Minnesota to add another great young big to complement Rookie of the Year Andrew Wiggins.
Bielitsa, he's checked in for Kevin Garnett.
Boy, there was a little extra on that one, fellas. Nobody's going to stop that.
Not when he comes in with the tomahawk. That's just too much force.
Goodness, you cannot punch it any harder than that. And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunks the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim wrecker.
There's the pick. Here's Levine. And Okafor with the block. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. 76ers ahead. They're up by 7. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Okay, fans, put your hands
And now the third quarter about to get going. The second half about to start here in just a few moments.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
No good from Grant.
There are going to be times, I think, when it's okay to take a shot like that, but not on that possession.
Well, when would the times be, partner? Well, I'll get back to you later. The only excuse for a shot like that is if you're trying to beat the buzzer. That's the only time you can justify it.
Rubio and Martin are their backcourt. Garnett out there with Towns. And it's Wiggins in the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's Towns. He dinks the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that 2-hand.
Noel.
It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
Wiggins. The shot misses. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And the call will be against Kevin Martin. That is his first foul of the game. Jakar Sampson's checked in for Cannon. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. 13 feet away. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That is his first foul of the game. Garnett against Noel. To the left side wing. Grant dishes to Noel. Out to the right wing. Sampson kicks to Noel. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That'll be his second foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Shot from the inbound. And Noel lays it up and in. Noel's got 8 points.
Yeah, starting the second half nicely there. Love those easy lay-ins to get things going.
Minnesota calls timeout.
Listen, playing Western Conference teams is never easy. And for the 76ers last year, it got downright ugly. Some games against the West, they just didn't stand any chance.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Payne's checked in. And it's Rubio penetrating. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. And that's now 9 points here for Ricky Rubio. A lot of blowouts for Philly last year against the West, as you talked about. Greg only managed to take 6 wins in their 30 games. Clark out of conference.
And Kevin, that was tied for the fewest wins against the West in the league. But again, no surprise with Philadelphia because they really were focused on developing young talent there.
From 11 feet away. And that one hits back iron.
You love the closeout on that possession.
Excellent defense, active, and he made it a very tough shot for him. You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And, guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder. And that's exactly what that play looks to be.
The 76ers leading by 4. Covered by Rubio.
Number 12.
That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. To the inside. And stolen by Noel. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. No good from Grant.
Oh, boy, that would have been a nice alley-oop.
Boy, really liked the thought on that play, but didn't quite get it executed. Almost made a spectacular play.
Sampson, the pass to Okafor. Grant gets a wide open look. Misses the 3. Timberwolves trail by 6. Karl Anthony Towns didn't come into the previous year as the most highly touted prospect, Clark, but his play last year at Kentucky would change that.
No question about it. People knew he was going to be good, Kevin, but few saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything as a Kentucky big.
The Timberwolves have gone 4-6 from the field since the start of the 3rd. To the middle. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Grant. Lets it go with a 3. And that one's good. He's got 15.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Rubio outside. A floater.
And Ricky Rubio, one of the youngest international basketball stars ever. We started hearing about him in the U.S. back when he was 16. And even then, powerful teams in Europe were all vying for his services.
Checking out the game Rubio is having. He has 9 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Jang, he's checked in for Towns. Bielitsa comes in for Payne. Shabazz Muhammad's checked in for Wiggins. And Levine subbed in for Martin. And going back to Rubio, Clark, his natural instincts in every phase of the game, as Greg was just talking about, are really second to none. In 06, he led Spain to a championship, registering 3 triple-doubles and 1 quadruple-double. Wow.
And despite those gaudy numbers, you just never know with an international star if, in fact, his game will translate to the NBA. Rubio's game obviously has.
Here is Rubio. 10 points for him. He feeds it to Muhammad. Jang inside. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Ricky Rubio. The 76ers leading by 10. Out left of the wing. It's stolen by Garnett. And here we go, Muhammad heading to the hoop.
Now that's a momentum shifter there. A steal leading straight to a quick bucket.
Yeah, and a great way, Clark, to capitalize on the turnover. Don't waste any time. Get the ball right up the court.
Here's Cannon. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. It's on Kevin Garnett. The 76ers shooting their fourth and fifth attempts at the free throw line tonight.
2 shots.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. Levine. Shot is off. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. 76ers lead by 9. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And the final period of play just about to start. Timberwolves trail by 9. So on the floor for Philadelphia. Robert Covington out there with Wood. Then it's Thompson. Then there's Okafor. And it's Cannon in at the point guard. Here's Levine. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And you can tell he's hungry because that's how you eat away at a lead right there. Make some highlight reel plays and shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that one.
Well, I like the craftiness in this game. I mean, he can distribute or he can attack the basket, just like we saw right there.
And Philadelphia calls time here. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup, and for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Brett Brown as he addressed his team. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
Andrew Wiggins, who's checked in for Minnesota.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Really hard to decide, guys, which was better. The pass, the catch, or the slam.
Clark, there's no wrong answer to that one, my friend. Sensational alley-oop all the way around.
Agreed.
And guys, you know what? You wouldn't know that they're the team that's actually trailing with how they were able to pull that play off.
Timberwolves trail by 9. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Here's Levine. Garnett, the screen. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
First personal foul.
Hey, guys, for Zach LaVine, once he finally got comfortable last season, boy, did he heat up. He shot 42% over his rookie year, but 47% over the last month. And I think that gave him a lot of confidence as he's entering into year 2.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Towns, he's checked in for Gorgie Dang. And it's Martin in for Shabazz Muhammad. And it's one. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Garnett. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. You know, as Greg was talking about, Levine was a lights-out shooter at times in college. He would go on these binges, falling back, Clark, from 25 feet and draining it. I mean, unreal shots.
Well, it looks good when they're going down, but he also can then shoot you out of a game. So you pick your poison.
And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Garnett with the screen for Wiggins. Off the pick. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Garnett kicks to Wiggins. Stolen by Grant.
Turnovers weren't a story for him early on, but that's changed. And now they're definitely having trouble keeping possession and momentum.
And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the 76ers.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And I also love what they've done defensively in terms of closing out to the shooters, getting a hand up, just making them feel a little uncomfortable on the offensive end.
From deep. Rebound, Minnesota.
Really quite surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds given what the scoreboard says.
Yeah, not typical. They've been dominant on the board, but they are still falling short on the scoreboard.
Ricky Rubio checked in for Minnesota. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. The 76ers leading by 7. Here's Covington. Picked by Okafor. From the arc. Covington's shot is off. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Rubio dishes to Garnett. Knocked away. And pushing it up again is Minnesota. Again in transition.
Really opportunistic basketball there. And when they desperately needed timely, opportunistic basketball.
And it really couldn't have come at a better time. I mean, they've got to take even more chances on defense now. Try to get some more of those steals to start the break. Yeah, the defender all over it.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off. Check out the game for Okafor. He's got 8 points, and he's tacked on a couple of blocks today, too.
And they've been important to the team. Even if it's only a couple, it's helped them establish a defensive presence inside.
Feeds it to Towns. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. Towns has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, great post position. That's going to be key here in crunch time.
Grant, that's good. And the 76ers lead by 6.
Boy, this game has really started to heat up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, I tell you what, I don't mind. You don't either, it sounds like. Good offense is entertaining, and that's exactly what we're getting.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
His shot's just, it's not there right now with his team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game. As clutch a shot as I have ever seen.
In a word, gutsy.
There's Noel. Money!
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
The drive by Rubio. And the dunk by Towns.
Sheer, unadulterated power right there. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely. A resounding dunk.
Just a take-no-chance slam by the big fella.
And slam dunk by Noel.
Just no let up, guys. They just keep coming at you.
Well, this lead is too big to overcome. I'm going out on the limb right now. There's just not enough time left on the clock to make up the ground they have to make up.
Here's Rubio. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
How about the inbound pass there? Easy bucket.
19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
And he is unable to get the second one.
They have a chance to tie it up.
A three ball would do just that.
Outside, Martin. Right between the eyes. And, oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
Perhaps, Greg, some type of motivational speech at halftime got both of these teams fired up.
Timeout called the 76ers. The score is tied at 65. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seven seconds left to play in the final quarter. Shot, high post. Yes!
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
Minnesota calls timeout. What's your take, guys?
Their only chance here is to lob it towards the basket and go for the tip-in. There's not enough time left to catch and shoot.
For the tie. Oh, he couldn't make that shot go to force overtime. So it's the 76ers taking the win in a close game. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
운동전환 입조차 쉽고 일 없어 잠 못 들던 그때보다 조금은 일었어 우리는 바보처럼 몸으로 부딪히면서 배웠어 넘어질 때마다 일었어 다시 고쳤었지 이력서 눈부신 성공의 신바람 잠시나마 불어봤던 휘파람 한 곡도 퇴근하기 전에 그림자처럼 날 따라온 비바람 시기 질투 기대 압박을 못 이긴 몇 번의 실축 자만 나탐 속에 던졌던 말로 홈런을 맞는 실투 다 끝 난가가 탔지만 우리 앞길을 막지만 하고 외치며 마음을 다잡곤 했었지 진짜 한치 앞도 안 보이는 가시밭길에서도 절대 유턴 없이 잘 봐라 느리로 의지하면서 둘이 딱 붙어갔지 비극 지극 기가 아프지만 지나고 보면 웃음 나오는 희극 그래서 우린 지금을 참고 살아 난 미쳤다 생각하면서 keep dreaming 희망이란 끈 잡고 살아 이 험한 현실에서 아직 붙잡아두고 싶은 꿈 넘고 힘든 삶의 능선에서 때론 포기하고 싶은 꿈 너와 천천히 오래 걷고 싶어 until the end of time 지금 난 간절히 원해 한 조각의 peace of mind 에야오 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 이 도시에서 멍 때리는 것조차도 사치 버릇처럼 내가 나를 착취해 경추 쪽은 딱딱해지고 의식에 붙은 각질 모두 위맑은 땀 대신 날 적시는 건 진땀이네 잠든 시간에도 문제들이 쌓여 눈 뜨자마자 결정해도 아직 익숙치 않은 타협 시간을 도마 위에 식재료 썰듯 안 하면 하루는 순서가 뒤섞인 음식처럼 망가져 지쳐도 경계하네 공허와 허무 불안감 속에서 상기하네 15년 전 빈 털터리의 여유 억울해도 납득돼 35년간의 필름이 어쩌면 수치 맞은 삶 건축된 우리의 이름이 길눈이 어두워지지 않게 서로를 비판하고 세상을 보는 시선 삐딱하게 얼굴에 피어난 주름은 당연해 마치 아파친 너 페이스 평가는 다 끝난 다음에 해긴 인생의 레이스 이 험한 현실에서 아직 붙잡아두고 싶은 꿈 넘고 힘든 삶의 능선에서 때론 포기하고 싶은 꿈 너와 천천히 오래 걷고 싶어 until the end of time 지금 난 간절히 원해 한 조각의 peace of mind 에야오 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 뭐 사실 조금 때 같아 곧 내 같아 곧 다니는 건 달라지고 빨라졌지만 결국 가는 데 같아 질리게 겪어도 사랑 때문에 애 같아 이럴 때 보면 나도 아직 애 같아 살기보단 생존하기 바쁜 정수리는 넓어지고 평소가 작아지는 마음 속에 피어나줬으면 해 한 송이의 평화 진흙탕 속의 연화 이 험한 현실에서 아직 붙잡아두고 싶은 꿈 넘고 힘든 삶의 능선에서 때론 포기하고 싶은 꿈 너와 천천히 오래 걷고 싶어 until the end of time 지금 난 간절히 원해 한 조각의 peace of mind
change, it's the same old thing. And the game won't change, it's the same old thing. Just the same old. Just the same old. Just the same old thing.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say
It's Eastern Conference time for the traveling Orlando Magic today. The fans making some noise here at the Knicks Arena. The New York Knicks are getting settled in. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. A look at the starting group for the Magic. Harris at the 4, Vucevic in the middle. Napier is out there with Victor Oladipo, and it's Fournier in at the 3 slot. Vucevic down low, working on O'Quinn.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne. Hey, guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
Here's Fournier. That's good. On defense, Orlando. 4-point game. Anthony drives in. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
He had his head on a swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Greg, you're right with Porzingis. It made sense for him to wait one more year. Clark has a lot to learn, but still comes over, as a much talked about player, a much better player than had he declared last season.
I agree with you, yet he'll still need time to develop, but all the ingredients are there. He's got a chance to be a really good player.
Yeah, the Latvian had a great shot for his height, and there'll be an interesting stretch for in the NBA.
Good call.
And Fournier pitch to Oladipo. They recover it.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
Good on the shot.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Here's Napier. He's covered by Grant. Shoots from 8, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Napier's got his first 2 points.
And it became clear that thinking about the Knicks again, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor to just battle for that lottery.
Got a hand on it. Tries to save it. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for New York. Smith checked in for Orlando. They set the pick. Oladipo goes in. Rebound by Anthony.
Kind of packing it in for the sake of being better in the future can possibly work in New York for a year or two, but not longer than that. The media will eat you up there if you don't start making some progress towards winning, pleasing basketball.
The Knicks making a switch here. Galloway's checked in. And a switch here also for Orlando. Hezonja, he's checked in for Victor Oladipo. Here's Fournier. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Here's Hezonja. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Grant. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control a team's transition.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. The problem the Magic faced last season was depth. They really weren't a deep team, and it hurt them along the way.
Yeah, it sure did. I mean, they had the second fewest bench points in the league, and that number was really low because they didn't use the bench that often. And starters did a lot of the heavy lifting.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Louis Amundsen, he's checked in for Anthony. Lance Thomas comes in for Aaron Aflalo. And it's Calderon in for Grant. Here's Azania. Lays it up and banks it in.
And for the Magic, they would try and address the bench for this season, both through the draft and free agency.
The alley-oop layup, very well done.
Stupendous. I love that word. Save that one. The word and the jam. I want to see it again.
Just beautiful.
That's one of those alley-oops upside your head right there.
It's deflected. Swiped away. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Out of bounds. Orlando keeps possession. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. It's the Magic. They're up by 4. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Magic.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Knicks trailed by 4.
And Scott Skiles has been around the league as a coach for a while now, coming home to where he played most of his career here in Orlando. And at times, he can be a demanding coach.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for Orlando, Payton and Fournier, they're the guards. Tobias Harris is out there with Gordon, and it's Nicholson in at the 5.
How about that now? What a sensational finish.
Oh, got to be able to get some hang time to do that one.
Yeah, you got to rise and levitate.
Suspend yourself.
Yeah, levitate.
Almost. How about the glide in and then also to reverse it?
And Greg, you're right. Skiles is what we'd call a no-nonsense coach. Makes perfect sense when you think about the team that now Clarkie's going to go coach in Orlando.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was great at developing players, and that's exactly why the Orlando Magic hired him. Plays with an edge, but he develops players quite nicely, too.
Holds him accountable, doesn't he?
Yep, well said.
Porzingis, he's checked in for New York. Grant comes in for Langston Galloway.
Yeah, How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Feeds the marble. Fournier for three. The shot misses. And New York the other way now. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession. Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. And the Magic making a change here as well. Smith is checked in. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Oladipo misses.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Porzingis can't hit. Orlando leading.
Well, I know last year the Knicks seemed to me to be very passive offensively, and that can sometimes be the case when you're trying to learn the triangle offense, but they never seem to attack the rim at all.
The shot by Anthony, no good.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Sasha Vujacic is checked in for the Knicks. And the Magic making a change here as well. Fry's checked in. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Back to Harris. Shot clock at 6. High inside. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Shabazz Napier's checked in for Oladipo. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. From 8, they get the rebound. Here's Serafin. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that. How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
And slam dunk by Harris.
And not a guy known for style points when it comes to throwing one down, but every once in a while, Kevin.
Greg, why don't we see more dunks like that from him? He's certainly got the size for it.
Yeah, I think it comes down to the fact he lacks a little dexterity and even creativity to be an elite finisher.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Lewis Amundsen, he's checked in for Porzingis. Thomas comes in for Aaron Aflalo. Jose Calderon, he's checked in for Sasha Vujacic. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Grant.
And they've got to talk to each other on D. There miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
The Orlando Magic didn't make the playoffs last year for the 3rd consecutive season, Greg. They knew it wasn't a realistic goal for them.
Yeah, and last season wasn't really about making the postseason, Kevin, for this group. It's soon that will have to be the goal, as patience will wear thin within that fan base.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Here's Napier. The pass to Hazania. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good from 11 feet.
Well, it's been a while for the Magic in regards to the postseason. Another year of missing postseason play. This latest playoff drought comes after they made 6 straight trips to the playoffs from 2007 to 2012.
Good, nice play there from Napier.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Here's Galloway. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot. Magic have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Here's Napier. He's got 6. It's blocked. And here we go. Calderon heading to the hoop. Comes up empty from 19 feet out.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot.
It's a tie game in New York. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime. So far, with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
Look at the game Galloway has been having. 10-point, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Grant is out there with a foul. Then it's Anthony. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Porzingis in at the power forward. That's the 5 for New York right now. For the lead. And it's good on the layup. Porzingis has got the first basket of the second half. That one for New York. It's Oladipo on the wing. He's guarded by Aflalo. Follow again, Oladipo. The dish to Napier. Orlando needs to get off a shot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Here's Anthony. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And it's a 4-point Knicks lead.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Aflalo dishes to Grant. Passes to Porzingis from the baseline. Some solid defense from Harris.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Carmelo Anthony, the 3rd pick overall in the 2003 NBA draft, was in some pretty good company at the top of that one, as I recall.
I mean, you had LeBron going 1, and of course, Darko Milicic was number 2 on that list. But how about D-Wade at 4? A little bit of a surprise, Chris Bosh, and all those guys, with the exception of Melo, have rings.
Napier passes to Vucevic. And he says, right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep. Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Here's Porzingis. Hits it from 3-point range. Porzingis has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
Here's Napier. He's covered by Grant. And Oladipo kicks to Vucevic. Got a piece of it. A follow outside. To the paint. Porzingis passes to Anthony. Orlando grabs the miss. And now Orlando on the break. Here's Oladipo. That's tipped. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. The Knicks making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Marble's checked in for Orlando. Oladipo with the ball. Now guarded by Aflalo. Up top, Oladipo. He's guarded by Aflalo. Oladipo, good. The Knicks leading by 3.
And the Magic struggled last season, still waiting on one of their young stars to just take that next step.
The 10-footer. Again, the miss by Anthony. Orlando, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. At the end of the year, the Magic saw leaps from Oladipo and from Elfrid Payton.
Yeah, I like those 2 young guys, Kevin, but it's hard to compete in the NBA without a top 20 scorer.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Lance Thomas comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Jose Calderon, he's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Grant. That one wide left. Kicks it to Calderon. That's tipped. One-on-one fast break. Here's Marble. No good. And New York the other way now. And here's the fast break. And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
The Magic trail by 5. There's 39 seconds left here in the third quarter. Six on the shot clock.
Oh, man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Anthony's checked in for Derek Williams. Both good from the line that time. There's 25 seconds left to play in the third. Calderon from deep three-point range.
It would have been something to see if he could hit that shot from that deep.
Greg, you know it. I know it. There aren't very many guys that can hit from out there, but he is one of them. That's the kind of range he has.
Here's Marble. No good trying to beat the buzzer. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Knicks lead by 3. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. The Magic trail by 3. Here's Napier. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. We've got Hezonja. Tobias Harris is out there with Andrew Nicholson. Then it's Evan Fournier. And it's Napier in at the point. 6 to shoot. Here's Hezonja. And the shot falls short this time. The Knicks leading by 3. The drive by Anthony. Can't cash in from close range. Pass to Nicholson. Harris outside. There's a good screen. Here's Hezonja. Back to Harris to tie it up. And he gets the bucket. Harris has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Magic. Anthony on the wing. Nicholson grabs the board.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And, guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder. And that's exactly what that play looks to be.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Derek Fisher was giving to his team. He told them, this is it, fellas. Let's hit them right out of this timeout. Put some pressure on them. Show them how much you want it. Let's go get it. Guys, he's really exhorting them to give them a burst of energy.
Big shot. As soon as he got an opening, boy, did he let it fly.
Napier. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul. Magic leading by 3. Here's Napier. Picked by Vucevic. Left side, Harris. He dishes it to Vucevic. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Shot clock at 6. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Grant. Doesn't get the finger roll.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's face and then go and corral that backboard.
Aflalo outside. Lets it go from the wing. They get it back. And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession.
Magic ball.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Here's Orlando now. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Harris outside. Unloads from 13. Harris missing again. Knicks trail by 5. From deep three-point range, Fournier pulls it down. Fournier's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Offensive rebound. Porzingis passes to O'Quinn. And stolen by Napier. And now Orlando on the break. The shot's good from Fournier. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here? The Magic.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
And stolen by Aflalo. It's 2-on-1. Up it goes, and the Magic lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Grant.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
Greg, he got in good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. Pass to O'Quinn. Here's Porzingis. No good on the 3.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll hit the basket.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Langston Galloway's checked in for New York. From deep. New York, no good that time either.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. The shot by Anthony. Nobody around. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
And the second of 2 is good. That stretches their lead to 8. New York calls timeout. They're losing by 8. 23 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What do you think, guys?
You know, you like the fight all the way to the end, but let's face it, guys, this one's over.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I really think you shouldn't be allowed to call timeouts late in the ball game if there's no chance for it to do any good on the scoreboard.
Calderon has the open look. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Marble dishes to Gordon. Louis Amundsen is going to pick up a foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. He's able to hit the second one, and that will put them up by 9.
Yeah, you'd like to convert them all, but that should still be enough to secure the win.
Calderon, no good. Brown. And so it's Orlando winning this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. So long.